Undertaker and Jeff Hardy are my two favourites of all time.
Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Icon. Just like you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. My bad. The king of Cowtown.
The mayor, actually.
Okay.
People say that I'm the mayor.
There we go. The mayor.
Oh, don't even do it.
I won't do it again, I promise. I can't promise, but... Welcome back to Fill in the Gaps. I am Egg, and with me today is a fantastic artist all the way from Cowtown, but he's up here for the day. Came up today, going back again today.
That's right.
Hates the city, so...
Yep, it gives me anxiety.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair. Most things do, to everyone.
It's a thing.
Hashtag cost of living.
Yep.
You can find him tattooing and piercing.
That's right.
At Purple Crown in Cowtown. How do you say the actual name of the town?
Cowaramup.
Okay.
It's named after the Cowara bird, which is the purple crown lorikeet.
There you go.
That's why the shop's called Purple Crown.
There you go. Shout out Jessica Holmes, knows about birds. Today's guest, Adzy Shotgun. How you going, man?
Hey, how are you, mate?
Not too bad. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, good to finally meet you.
Finally. We're going to meet again at the WA Tattoo Fest.
We will, yeah.
We will.
We'll bro down.
Yep. And I'm going to get you in another video. So
yeah, sick.
Fun times. Before we get into the episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the show. Tell people about it. That's how we spread the word. That's how we spread the love. Thank you to Industry Tattoo Supply and SW Laser Tattoo Removal for sponsoring the show. And check out more of the show at fitgpod.com and all socials at fitg_podcast. It's been a little bit since we did one of these episodes, but we're back. Hopefully we'll keep them going. If tattoo artists could please stop cancelling on me, that'd be fucking sick, hey? I'd really appreciate that, but it's what it is. I try not to cancel on tattoo artists, and then they're
just busy.
I know.
They got stuff to do.
I don't.
Yeah.
We will get into some would you rathers and some rapid fire questions. We'll talk about cooking and choppers, and your gym grind. But we'll start with you getting into the industry. So, like we were just talking about before off air, you started piercing in 2001. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. So how did that come about, and then how did you go from that to kind of where you are now? I know there's a lot of steps in between, but kind of what were the major points that led you to what you've become?
Well, from being about 14 or 15, I sort of had my eye on getting into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was pretty keen to be a tattooist, and I took my crappy little portfolio around to every shop, and they kind of laughed at me. And Noel was really nice. He had a good chat. And then I thought, all right, well, I'm not ready to do that. But then body piercing was kind of starting to like legitimize, go from something that you just did in a tattoo shop to standalone piercing shops, you know. It's about 4 shops in the whole of Perth. And hit all those up for jobs, and not really going to happen. And then I actually was going to join the army.
Okay.
And I went and filled out all the forms, shaved my mohawk off. The bloke goes, look, you're really young. He goes, you got 2 weeks to return these forms to me. And the day you return them is the day you're signed up for 4 years. And me and my mates went out for beers that night. And I was talking to this guy at the bar that was like, oh, I like your tunnels. I'm opening a piercing shop around the corner, and I need an apprentice. Do you know anyone? And I was like, I'm your fucking dude.
Me.
And I literally started work there the next day.
Yeah.
And we built the shop, and it opened a couple weeks later. So I was working with him, and I was also lucky enough to spend a bit of time working at a tattoo shop in Applecross. So I bounced between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Bobby Thornton was working there at the time.
Okay.
So I got to hang out with some real cool old crusty blokes.
Mm-hmm.
I just did the piercings there a couple of days a week. Did that for a couple of months, and then ended up going to a better studio in Subiaco, which I eventually took over and ran for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
While I was in Subi, right next to my shop was Unique Tattoos, which was one of the better tattoo shops in Perth at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Got to hang out with like Timmy Tat Zapper, Garth, Dylan, all those old boys. And they sort of taught me heaps of cool shit. Did a couple of sneaky tats under the cover of darkness and thought, oh, this when I'm ready, this could be a thing.
Uh-huh.
Went mining for a couple of years. Still carried on doing piercings and working on my art and stuff. And then about 13 years ago, I started a tattoo apprenticeship at a shop in Gosnells.
Okay.
Where I stayed for about a year, learned heaps, and then was kind of getting burned out with juggling, tattooing, piercing, working the mines, being a dad, running a touring company for bands.
So you were still on the mines while you were doing the apprenticeship and the piercings?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yep. Okay.
Managing a couple of bands, booking a few venues, and playing in my own hardcore band. I just got burned out, and I said to the wife, let's move to the country.
Mm-hmm.
So just stopped all that for a couple of years, went to the country, and then moved down south into Black Anchor.
Okay.
Was at Black Anchor for about 4 years.
Where's Black Anchor? I feel like I've heard of that.
It's in Bustleton.
Okay. I think I've
That's
been
where
there.
Ray that was on started his apprenticeship.
Shout out Ray.
Shout out Ray. And
I think I've been to Black Anchor. I haven't been tattooed there, but I think I've been there before I started the podcast and everything. So, yeah, there you go.
And then after I've been there a couple of years, my mate Carl opened a shop in Cowie, which was like my little town, 100 metres from my house. And I went there with him. And, yeah, I've been tattooing now full-time for 6 years at Purple Crown.
Nice.
So it's been a up and down. And I felt like once I got into Purple Crown, I'd sort of found my place.
Yep.
You know, it's a great environment. Carl, just a good guy to work with. Really encouraged me to try new things with my art and go outside the box. And it's been good.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but you mostly do. I mean, tattoo artists do whatever comes in the door at this stage, and anyone can do anything. But you mostly do kind of traditional. That would be your style.
My jam is anything with a big fucking black outline.
Yep.
And I do American trad in a little bit of my own style.
Okay.
And then I do this sort of ignorant trad, which is mainly just like monochromatic outlines with dot shading.
Okay.
So the big stuff is trad, and then I do the smaller stuff in this little ignorant trad style, you know?
Yeah, cool.
And I do, you know, walk-ins, Pinterest tats, pictures of cows.
Of course.
I can do anything except realism, really.
Yep.
But my jam is anything with a big fat fucking black outline.
Okay. Was that always the plan from when you started even doing art, or was that more kind of you learning to draw and then being mentored by all of these like legends that probably like made their name in the industry from doing that style? Is that what kind of swayed you that way?
I always liked traditional tattoos. Yep. My dad had trad tats in Singapore in like the 60s. And I just liked that black outline. And then everything that I got when I was a kid, heavy black outline, I feel it stands up over time.
Yeah.
The boys were just saying the other day, I Benjamin Buttoned my way into the tattoo industry. I learned how to tattoo before I learned how to draw properly. But I just like that heavy black outline.
Yeah.
So as I could tattoo other people's designs, but as I started drawing my own stuff, you start with a Sharpie, you know, and then that just works.
Can we confirm that's not something that you would recommend for aspiring artists?
No,
to start
fuck no.
Start tattooing before you learn how to draw?
That's why it took me 20 years to get good.
But you are good now.
I like to think so. People drive from Perth to see me. I wouldn't say that I'm fucking wicked. I think I'm a reasonably good tattooer that tells wicked fucking stories and has amazing customer service, and that's why people drive
Makes
down.
a bomb mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, yeah.
I've heard that people go to Cowtown, they're like, number one, Adzy. Number two, we'll go see the cows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's customer service. It's having a good time. It's giving people an experience. They're going to spend $600, $700, $800 and drive down from Perth. You make sure they have a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they come back. So it's a town of 1,100 people.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of tattoos.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. As a country bumpkin myself, what country town did you go to before you settled in Cowtown? Were you somewhere else, like other than the mining?
I went to Boddington because
Fucking Boddington. Go to the rodeo at all?
I did once, but
not worth it.
But I didn't see anyone ride a bull because my kid got crook. But
Fair.
I work at the gold mine.
Okay.
So I wanted to try and see my kids every day.
Gotcha.
So we went, all right, I'm burned out. The wife's on maternity leave. Let's move to the country. I can come home and see the kids every day.
So when you moved to the country, it was living and working all day. Okay, gotcha.
And it was good, but and it's a great town, but for me, there wasn't enough going on. I was driving to Perth 3 times on my break, and I wanted the beach for the kids and skate parks and all that cool stuff, you know. And we used to drive down to see Carl once a month at least and hang out down there, and we just said, let's move to Mug River.
Yeah. Fill in the Gaps is proudly sponsored by Industry Tattoo Supply. Whether you're an artist looking to restock your equipment to keep the lights on, or a tattoo collector looking for a shirt or plushie to show off your love for body art, Industry Tattoo Supply has got you covered. Based right here in Perth, they pride themselves on delivering your tattoo gear and merch to the doorstep of your home or studio, which may be the same place depending on which artist you ask, in a timely manner. You can order directly from their website, industrytattoosupply.com.au, or check out their Instagram at industry_tattoo_supply for more information and blogs. Thank you to Industry Tattoo Supply for sponsoring the podcast. Industry Tattoo Supply. They put the artist first.
Yeah. So
Margaret River, I think I've only been there a handful of times, but it does seem like a good medium between city life and country life. Like, it's not country, but it's not big city kind of energy. It's just right in the middle. I don't know what Cowtown's like. I haven't been there. But
Cowtown's the best place in the world.
Okay. Because of the cows? Because of you?
It's just fucking sick, man. It's hard to explain. People say it's like Southern California in the 60s. There's a town, 1,100 people, about 2,000 cows. You're 8 minutes from Gracetown, which is one of the best beaches in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just mellow.
Yeah.
But one thing that's different there as opposed to some other country towns is everyone's got stuff going on. So no one gets involved in anyone else's business like it can happen in wheat belt towns, etc.
Yeah.
No offense if you're from the wheat belt. I'm just using it as
I am from the wheat belt, but
you'd know what I mean. Yeah, small towns set fires, right?
Absolutely spot on. Everyone is so close, so it's fucking fantastic when there's some good stuff going on, but it's awful when there's some bad shit going on because everyone's in each other's business.
Yeah, no, everyone's surfing, skating, doing stuff with their kids.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice place to live.
I may also be moving back to the wheat belt.
Really?
Yeah, in the nearish future. Not anytime this year or anything like that, but a town of 60 people. How about that, eh?
Yeah, but you'll be the celeb.
How can you be a celeb if there's no one around?
Legend in your own lunchbox, mate.
That's what they call me.
Yeah.
Next thing I wanted to touch on was you said that you're a bit of a gym junkie now. So how many times a week did you say you go? 14, was it?
I like to go 6 times a week.
Okay.
If I'm like doing stuff with the kids and getting a bit like under the pump, then maybe like minimum of 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually 6.
Yeah, gotcha. And you mentioned that a couple big parts of that was, one, you felt like you lived quite an unhealthy lifestyle in your late 20s, early 30s, was it? Or 20s and 30s?
Mid-20s to mid-30s. I was fat as fuck.
Yeah. And then you also said that it's partly to keep mobile from like doing tattooing because obviously you're sitting, got the fucking...
That's right, yeah. I just want to be as mobile as possible. Yeah. Be able to keep doing this and not be in pain.
Yeah.
I got really big when I was doing my tattoo apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Like I was big, and then I had to have photographs for my daughter when she was born. And my wife said, "Put your nice clothes on," and none of my clothes fit because all of a sudden I was 170 kilos.
Jesus.
And I was like,
to be fair,
yep,
you are a tall boy.
I'm big, but I shouldn't be 170.
I mean, you're not as tall as me. Like,
no, yeah.
5'8.5". What are we doing out here? But was I right with my guess, by the way?
6'8".
Okay, I said 6'7", 6'8". So
yeah, but
happy with that.
But yeah, it just life just gets on top of you, and you're just working all the time and going to gigs and getting McDonald's on the way home and living off energy drinks and camp food, and you wake up one day and you're like, "Fuck, I'm gonna die." So I'll just try and stay healthy to undo all that damage that I did. I also had a really bad motorbike accident about 5 years ago.
Yeah, right.
I got a pretty buckled leg, and just staying moving every day, it just helps my leg, it helps my back, and stops my pelvis getting out of alignment. I know a lot of tattooists my age that start to have shoulder issues and stuff, so I figure don't concentrate on getting jacked, but just concentrate on being mobile and looking a bit juicy as well. You know, we're selling vanity. You want to look good at work.
Yeah, you look all right. Okay. So do you feel like that's an important part that tattoo artists, I guess, now don't prioritize as much as they should, is like staying mobile and everything? Because obviously all of them got fucked backs and all of that. A lot of people just kind of complain about it and leave it there. Do you feel like it's something that tattoo artists should focus on a little bit more than they do?
I think, just set yourself up right. Like you might have to try some different things. I just bought a stool for like $800 to try and see if it helps my pelvis tilt. or set your station up a different way, and just try and be as healthy as you can. You know,
Yeah.
Like I'm not preaching to the choir because I still eat fucking cake and do all that stuff.
Someone's got to do it.
But mainly just, you know, if you're getting a sore shoulder or a sore wrist before it fucks up your career, go to a physio and they'll say do this stretch or do this stretch or do some yoga or watch a YouTube video about, you know,
how to tattoo.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, definitely not.
Wrong video.
The book that you used to buy was that was good, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1995 from the back of a comic book.
Mm.
But yeah, no, you'll never learn anything from YouTube.
Yeah, this is true. Except for how to be mobile, how to stretch, how to
just doing stretches, man. Literally, you get up in the morning and you do some stretches, you're going to have a better day.
This is true.
You know.
I don't do it, but it is true.
Yeah.
I should do it.
Go for a walk, go for a swim. But just the stretching is hugely important. I learned all this stuff from Carl, because Carl surfs every day and does all kinds of crazy stuff. Been tattooing every day for the last 20 years.
Yep.
And yeah, he sort of got me into that healthier mindset, stop drinking as much.
Yep.
And just, I'm certainly not healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to be healthier.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to all of a sudden be 50 and can't tattoo anymore.
Yeah. No, that's fair. From that motorbike accident, do you ever get like flare-ups while you're tattooing, or like at the end of a day, is there any flare-ups from that accident that kind of hinder you from being able to tattoo?
No, I'm in pain all the time.
Yep.
Like it's like I've got a heavy toothache in my left leg all the time, and sometimes I just get shooting pains up my leg. When it's bad, my pelvis and my lower back definitely goes out, and then you start to walk with a wobble, and then all of a sudden everything's fucked. It doesn't stop me from tattooing, but you're just miserable when you're in pain. And the more I keep moving, the less I'm in pain. And you can be, you know, you can interact more with your customer. If you're doing a tattoo and you're not thinking, fuck, my leg is killing, my back is killing, you know, you're going to do a better job.
Yeah.
And just have fun. You know, no one wants to be grumpy.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I've been tattooed by someone before, and I think we had to reschedule a couple of days because he'd just been in like a very minor car crash, but like he got like a little bit of whiplash and he had like a bad back and all of that. He's like, oh, can we reschedule a couple of days? I was like, yeah, dude, like reschedule as much as you need.
Yeah.
Started doing the tattoo and he's like, dude, my back is killing me. I was like, fucking stop then. He's like, no, we got to finish. I was like, dude, I'm not going to fucking leave and not come back. Like, you tell me when you're ready, because I wouldn't want to fucking work when my back is just completely gone.
Yeah.
You don't have to either. So tattoo artists, don't push yourself, but also look after yourself, you know?
Yeah, I think there's a thing with like if you're doing a back piece or a chest piece, you got to work, you got to stretch, and it takes it out of you more. So just book a 3-hour session, and then you're not going to fucking buckle yourself. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to buckle yourself, you know. Or maybe you want your customer to be comfy, they might just have to lie in a little bit not so comfy position so you can continue to do what you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say definitely if you're doing back pieces like all day, every day for 10 hours, that's going to fuck you up, you know.
Yeah.
And those people will just have to figure that out themselves.
You live and you learn.
That's right.
That's the way. Last thing before we get into all the fun stuff, you said you also like cooking and choppers. I'm going to assume, going to go out on a limb here and say from all the context, choppers meaning motorbikes and not helicopters.
No, I don't.
So tell me about your
helicopters.
experience with owning helicopters and fixing helicopters and Arnold Schwarzenegger and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't fly a helicopter because of my eyes.
Ah,
Yeah.
fair.
But yeah.
Fill in the Gaps is proudly sponsored by SW Laser Tattoo Removal. Have you got a tattoo that seemed like a good idea at the time but hasn't aged well? A piece of art that has always been anything but elegant? Or maybe a memory that you regret etching into your skin in the first place? That's right, people with their ex's name tattooed on them. I'm talking to you. SW Laser Tattoo Removal are here to help you. They use the highest quality equipment, including medical grade lasers, to ensure that your skin can say see you later to the ink that you regret. With shops located in Fremantle and West Leederville, SW Laser Tattoo Removal is the place to go for all your tattoo removal needs, and is trusted by tattoo collectors and artists all over Perth. To book your free consult and quote, message them on Instagram at SW Laser Tattoo Removal. That's at SW Laser Tattoo Removal, and say goodbye to your permanent regrets today.
Yeah, I've always been into motorbikes. I've had about 20 odd
Yep.
of them. I've crashed a few. I was like anything old, man. Like, I would really like a panhead, but I'm a bit too big. But yeah, anything like carburetor, Evolution, sort of 1983 to 1999 era. I got a nice FXR at the moment that I've done up over a couple of years, and about 4 or 5 other Harleys. I just like tinkering and just, going for rides. It's a nice place to ride down in Margaret River. Go down to Augusta or out to Nanup or something.
Gonna be honest, in the last 30 seconds, the only word that I knew what you were talking about was Harley.
Yeah, all right.
Don't know anything about cars or motorbikes, but you sounded like you knew what you were talking about, so
yeah, fair enough.
nice.
Yeah.
I fucking love
Just
it.
like shiny old fucking bikes.
Okay, cool.
That are a bit shiny but a bit rusty, heaps of character.
Yep.
There's no computer running them. A new bike's got a computer running it, and it's like, whatever. Like the difference between a new sports car and a HK Monaro. You know what I mean?
Don't know what that is, but
all right.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, I don't know about cars.
All
but,
right. You're good.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I used to ride a Honda 125R, I think it was. So
yeah, cool.
Motorbikes and stuff. Hey,
sick.
Yeah. Are the choppers the one with the handles up here, or is that a different?
Oh, it can be. I've had some of them.
Wouldn't that be really uncomfortable to ride?
No, it's not. Everyone always says that, but
I would
it's
just
not.
assume it's just uncomfortable. Like you feel very unsafe and not in control.
Well, they're not designed to be safe. They're designed to be cool as fuck.
That is a very fair point that you
Yeah.
make. I've never heard anyone say I'm buying a motorbike because it's safer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just because you fucking want to look cool, man, and go fast, and yeah,
That's fair.
that's it.
And you also like cooking?
I do, yeah. I'll just cook for my kids, but make it fun.
What's your go-to meal? You got like a bunch of just top tier guests coming over. They say impress us.
I don't want to impress anyone. I like cooking. My kids like my fried rice, man. The fried rice is the go. That's
What are we putting in the fried rice? What are we talking?
It's
Are you just going rice? Because in that case, you basic bitch. But
no.
otherwise, what are you putting in it?
Rice boiled in chicken stock,
Okay.
and then like chicken, veggies, bit of cabbage, horse chestnuts, some peas, some chili, some hoisin. Just because when you cook for your kids and they don't eat it, it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
If you find something that they like, you
gotta just hammer it home.
Yeah. But apart from that pasta, man, I'm like the pasta dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
The pasta
the
dude.
pasta dude. I love pasta. I do it once a week,
Okay.
whether I cook it or buy it from the place down the road, and eat heaps of pasta and then do a heavy gym session the next day.
Nice.
Yeah,
Carbs. What are we going with our top 3 pastas? It can be like the type of pasta, the sauce you're using, way it's prepped, anything. What's your top 3?
Macaroni cheese.
Okay. Did you make a video about that at some point, or
Just the other day.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Viral video.
Yeah. I'll just put a clip of that right here. So yeah.
So mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Everyone likes mac and cheese, and it's so fucking dirty, And carbonara, and then it's like risotto as well, which is like
What's risotto?
risotto is like it looks like rice, but it's a pasta.
Okay, because when you said that, I assumed it was something close to risotto.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like rice, but it's a pasta. Do that with
I
like
can't even imagine
cheese and
what that
spinach
is,
or some
but
mushrooms or
Okay.
It's like, have a look next time you go to the shops.
I will.
Yeah, it's cheap. Just boil it in some stock, all right, and then add whatever the fuck you want.
That's normally the way to go. Getting the ravioli, like the spinach and is it spinach and ricotta? What are the ones?
Yeah.
Spinach. Yeah, those ones.
Yep.
Or just like the fucking like instant mac and cheese things that are just
The
plastic.
dirty mac.
Yeah, just plastic.
I do like them as well.
So fucking good
They're
though.
good,
So
yeah.
easy.
Yep.
So easy. Yeah, nice. Is it mostly just cooking dinners that you do? Do you do like any breakfast foods? Do you do any desserts? Do you do baking? Are you a baker girl?
No, I'm not really a baker.
Baker girl and biker girl?
No, just you just cook your kids dinner and cook good shit, like just I mean, sometimes you give them like spam and beans or whatever and just dirty, but yeah, I just think just make it fun and I enjoy it, And my wife's family is Italian, so I learned a bit off those guys.
Okay, see now we're getting into the explanation of how this has all come about. The pasta, it's all making sense now.
Yeah, I couldn't boil water like when I met her.
No, I'm an okay cook. I'm not a good cook. I'm an okay cook.
Yeah.
There's like 5 things that I can cook well.
Yep.
Everything else is a roll of dice.
Fair enough.
Might be shit.
Yeah. You just keep doing it, bro.
Nah. Keep buying frozen pizzas from fucking Spudshed.
It costs so much money, though.
Spudshed, no.
No?
Afterpay. It doesn't cost anything if it's Afterpay. That's what I learnt.
Okay.
It does. But, can be cheaper than buying a bunch of bases and buying all the ingredients and everything.
Yeah.
Probably not. Less effort, though.
Yeah,
I'm lazy.
I get you. Yep.
Is what it is. Otherwise, I'll make a burger or something because easy.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm also not a foodie.
No?
I've had a lot of people come on the podcast talk about how they love making food, and I'm like, if I could take just a pill in the morning
Yeah.
that gave me the nutrition I needed for the day, I'd do that.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, when you get older, you'll change.
I was going to say I hope so, but I don't know. I don't know if I hope so.
Yeah. No, it'll happen.
Mm.
It'll happen. You'll hit 30 and you'll be like, give me food.
I mean, that's me at the moment. I enjoy just fucking eating, but it's also a chore to eat sometimes.
Yeah. It's because you're so busy doing fucking international podcasts and whatever else you do.
I guess so.
You lay bricks?
Not anymore.
No?
Not anymore, but I'm working in a warehouse at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Warehouse?
warehouse.
Warehouse with an A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The warehouse? All right, we'll finish with some fun questions.
Yep.
And then a would you rather, and then I'll let you go.
All right, terrific.
First question. Who is someone that you looked up to growing up outside of tattooing and art?
Whoa, that's outside of tattooing and art that I looked up to.
And no family members, because everyone wants to say like one of their family members. We get it, but someone outside of that.
All right, who did I look up to? All right, so my first boss, when I was 12,
Okay.
I got a job at this dive shop.
Dive shop.
Scuba diving shop. Yeah,
Okay.
I used to do that like when I was young. And this old dude gave me a job, and his boy was a year younger than me,
Mhm.
and I just used to lurk around there like every weekend. And when my parents got divorced, I would I'd go there after school, and yeah, he could have just told me to fuck off because it was probably annoying, but for years and years, him and even his wife like took me under their wing and he taught me how to do like heaps of shit. I remember he was doing up a wooden dinghy for his kid for sailing, and I wanted to help him. And he just taught me how to use a fucking sander and how to use a hammer properly. And
How to use a hammer properly.
well, when you're 12, you don't know, like you're holding a hammer in the wrong place and you're all fingers and thumbs, and because this dude had.
How do you use a hammer incorrectly?
Well, you're supposed to hold it at the bottom of the handle, right? Like just how to do man shit.
I was just thinking you holding onto the claw side and just fucking banging shit, but yeah, okay.
My dad didn't teach me a lot of that stuff, so yeah, this dude was kind of like a surrogate dad, and I always appreciated the time and effort that he put in. He's still around. His name's Steve.
Shout out, Steve.
Shout out Steve from Malibu Diving in Rockingham, and Linda, his lovely wife. They were fucking cool people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire.
Like that answer.
Yep.
Second one. What is a dream travel spot that's on your bucket list that you haven't been to?
I'd like to take my kids to Japan.
Japan's the place to go.
Yeah.
Me and my missus were saying the other day, it feels like every time we open social media, someone that we went to school with or know is either in Japan or pregnant. It's one of the two.
Oh yeah.
So, or
Cool.
both, maybe.
You're about that pregnancy age. Yeah.
That we are.
Yeah. Pull out games a week, bro. Can we say that on the podcast?
Yes, we can. Pull-out game is, in fact, weak. But
Yeah.
no kids over this way.
Yeah. No, yeah, Japan is on the list. We went to Europe and Dubai like the year before COVID.
Okay.
And then we were planning on going to Japan, and then COVID happened, and we haven't been on a big holiday since. Built a big fuck off house in Cowie instead.
Fair.
So yeah, but Japan sooner or later with the kids would be good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Europe did you go?
Went to like England, Scotland. We're gonna go over to see my family in Spain, but then we ran out of time, and then we went to Dubai on the way back.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
so it was good.
Been to England and Scotland before?
I'm from there. I'm from the UK, and I moved here when I was 6, And then I went back. I hadn't been back since I was 10. So I was taking the family to meet my extended family that I hadn't seen for 27 years at that stage.
I did notice a couple of times I felt like there was an accent just kind of like slipped in there for just like one or two little words.
I can't help it. But it's way better than I sounded when I moved here because no one could understand what I said. I sounded like Coronation Street.
Fucking pommies.
Yep.
Jeez.
That's a slur, bro. HR, please, now.
There's no HR. I am HR.
Okay.
I'm fucking HR. I'm working this new job that I've just started. There's 2 French guys and 1 Italian guy that work there. The Italian guy speaks like broken English. The 2 French guys don't speak a fucking word of English.
Yeah.
So I've been there 2 days and I'm already like running the warehouse when the boss isn't there. And he's just like calling me. He's like, how the boys doing? I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Anytime he asks us to do anything, I have to like pull up Google Translate and we just have to talk back and forth on that because
There you go.
it's what it is.
Yep.
But
Use it to your advantage, bro.
I know.
You're running the place.
They're like, are you like from like England or New Zealand? I'm like, I'm just Australian. They're like, why are you working here? This is like for foreigners. And I'm like, fucked if I know, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm here. So.
Fair enough.
Aussie. Last question. If you're holding a dinner party and you're cooking
Yeah.
and you can invite 5 guests, who are you inviting? And as I always say, I use the term guest very loosely. So you can invite like a band as one of your guests. Does that make sense?
All right.
But for example, you can't say, this band of 5 people, I'll invite 3 of them. If you're inviting the band, you're inviting the band. Otherwise, you just got to choose one.
All right, cool.
But you got 5 spots.
5 spots.
Yeah. And you're cooking. Also, bonus point, what are you cooking for them? But firstly, what are your guests?
I'd have to invite Rancid because ever since I've been old enough to go and see Rancid, they haven't been to Australia.
Band, I'm assuming?
Does this kid not fucking know who Rancid is?
No, I don't.
I should walk out now. Anyway, Rancid, punk band, still going really big in the 90s.
Movies and music. I don't know shit, but yes.
And
Rancid.
Tim Armstrong, the singer from Rancid, had this beautiful wife. And whilst he was in Australia, his wife left him for Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age. And she's from Australia. And it broke his heart and his brain. And they have never been back to Australia ever since. He said he can't come to Australia. So I've been waiting for 24 years for them to come back to Australia.
Okay.
They haven't. So if I could invite Rancid to dinner, they'd probably play some gigs in Australia while they were here.
So we're going whole band of Rancid.
Going whole band of Rancid.
Yep.
We are going... I'd invite my father-in-law because he passed away before my kids were born.
Okay.
So he'd get to meet his grandkids.
Okay.
I would invite Johnny Cash.
Fair. Who's... No. I know that one. I know that one. Don't worry. I know that one.
Who else would I invite? Well, being a tattooer, you got to invite some like legendary tattoo guys. You know. I don't know. That's I think we've got enough, right?
Three. And you're happy?
Because my house is big, but it's not that big.
Okay.
So we'll go Rancid.
I didn't say this was at your house.
Oh, really?
It's at a mansion.
Oh, right.
You're just hiring it out.
Fair enough.
They're paying,
all right.
but you're hiring it.
Yeah, so we'll go Rancid. We'll go my father-in-law.
Johnny Cash.
We'll go Johnny Cash.
Yep.
And we'll go Sailor Jerry because he'd tell some really, really inappropriate jokes. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Fair?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Good list. Are we going, because obviously you're sitting at the table as well, are we going 2 guests, you're at the head at the table?
You've really put some thought into this.
Fucking oath I have. Absolutely.
I think you do the bit where you just let them sit where they want to sit.
Okay. You say, take a seat, fellas.
Take a seat, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Happy days.
There we go.
And then bonus point, what are you cooking for them? Mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese.
Anyone that doesn't like it can fuck off.
I think everyone likes mac and cheese.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Soul food, bro.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Would you rather time? You said you've got a question. Do you have a would you rather, or do you just have a question?
I got a question. I think all the people at home are going to want to know the answer to this as well.
From me
From
or
you.
just in general?
From you.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been watching you for a while, bro.
Shit.
You're getting
Just on the podcast or like while I'm at home as well?
through the window while you're sleeping.
Jeez. I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought I saw like a 7'2" shadow. Or
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question?
What's your 5-year plan, bro?
What's my 5-year
What's your
plan?
5-year plan? This is how the 5-year plan. I'll tell you, it's how you get your shit together. All right,
For me or for me as part of the podcast?
both.
Okay. I was going to say two different answers, kind of, not
All right,
really.
well, there you go.
The podcast,
Yep.
in some ways, wherever it takes me, I do have some things that I would like to achieve kind of step by step. Some guests I would like to have on.
Yep.
Some are kind of big picture, some are short term.
Yep.
I'd like to have my own studio set up at some point so I can do this from home. But I'm in a rental, not going to happen.
Yeah, yep.
Podcast, yeah, it's kind of just step by step. Like, as I've told anyone that asks me about it, episode 1,
Yep.
I didn't know how to host a podcast, didn't know how to edit a podcast, didn't know how to film anything, didn't know how to record anything, just learning along the way. Episode 2, I learnt from that and built on that. Episode 3, same thing, and just kept going. That's why all of my content just kind of
That's how you do life, bro.
takes one step, and that's all that I'm trying to do. Is like, if my next episode can be better than the last one, happy fucking days. So there's some people that I would like to have on in the future, and it's basically just kind of see where it takes me from there. In terms of my personal life, like I said, probably moving to the country at some point, build a house there, go work with my old man,
Yeah, cool.
help him out, get a trade, and have some cows, have some lambs,
Yeah, sick.
have a veggie patch, and drift off from the world outside of the podcast, pretty much.
There you go.
That's
Make it happen.
That's it. So,
Write that down and don't forget it.
but you know, you can try plan 5 years ahead, but who knows what's going to fucking happen tomorrow. So you can only control so much.
Yep.
Live and do what you can. That's
For
what
sure.
I say. That's it. Is that a good answer?
No, yeah, it is.
Or am I supposed to say
No,
I'm
no.
going to rule the world?
No, because
Okay.
then I'll just say you're a wanker.
Okay.
But yeah,
I feel
have
like
a-
you'd say that anyway.
have a
right?
plan, bro.
Okay,
You just need to have a plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to keep plans in place.
Yep.
But, you know, state of the world at the moment, you got
Yeah.
a plan 1 second and the next second it's fucking out the window.
Yep.
So, is what it is. But yeah, always looking to move forward. Always.
That's good.
Always. Would you like your would you rather?
For sure.
All right. Because you're from Cowtown.
The mayor.
You are the mayor of
Yep.
Cowtown. That's what the people of Cowtown have told me. All 1,099 of them, including Carl. Your would you rather is: would you rather have to run head on with a cow charging towards you 3 times a year, and you don't know when? It's just you could be in the middle of doing a tattoo, and all of a sudden a cow appears in the shop and it's running towards you, and you have to run head on with it and just bang. At no point during this will you ever die, and any injuries or anything will be taken care of free of charge, but you still have to do it. Okay? Or your other option is every time for the rest of your life that you ask a question, you moo afterwards.
Like a tick.
Yeah, but like it's not like, so how's your day been? Moo. It's like, how's your day been? Moo.
I'm going to, as awkward as it will be, I'm going to have to say the moo.
Yeah?
Because a cow in the tattoo shop's going to make a mess, bro.
Won't necessarily be in the tattoo shop. It could just be while you're sleeping, though.
Yeah, no, it's going to have to be the moo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us your moo.
Don't make me do this on the internet. All right.
Do it. I'll close my eyes.
Moo.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Well done. I'll ask some cows and I'll get back to you about how you did. But I'd give it a 8.2 out of 10.
Sick.
Nice.
Sick. Lots of practice in Cowtown. I used to have cows in my backyard, so yeah.
I'll come steal them in my sports car.
Yeah, all right.
Strap it down to the top of the car.
Yeah.
I can rope through the windows. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Cool. We'll leave it there. I'll let you get out of here because you got a gig to get to.
That's right.
Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. If you want to look at that camera and promote where people can find you, where people can come get tattooed by you, and anything else that you've got going on into
This one?
This one here.
All right. So I'm at Purple Crown in Cowtown. You can find me on Instagram, shotgun_tattooer. I'm coming up to Perth in July for the West Australian Tattoo and Arts Festival. And my book should be out by then. Adzy Shotgun's little black book. It's about 80 pages. So 800 to 900 designs of little weird black shit. You can steal all those designs. They can all be tattooed in under an hour as well. So, yeah. Check it out. There'll be a link on my Instagram for pre-sale shortly.
Happy days. Go show some love to him. Go get tattooed by him if you're down that way. Go say hi at the shop when the book comes out. go show some love, go get it. I'll put your links and everything in the show notes so that people can find you as well. But yeah, thanks again for being on. I appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you to the sponsors, SW Laser Tattoo Removal and Industry Tattoo Supply. Be sure to show some love to the podcast on all socials, FITG_podcast or FITG podcast, something like that. And check out the website, fitgpod.com. Continue to show some love. I'll do as many of these episodes as I can when people are free, but festival season, people are busy. So
festivals, I've got to wear short shorts and dance around in the bush. I mean, like doofs.
Doing the nut bush. Doing the nut bush.
Nut bush.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd like to see your nut bush. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. And remember, we just had the mayor of Cowtown on. See you later.
See ya.